Hey everybody, Eric Ani from mechanicalhub.com, owner of Ani Plumbing, and there's been a lot of buzz going around about these convertible leaning style ladders. You've seen me talk about both the Little Giant King Combo and the Werner Lean Safe. I have my preferences, but I'm going to go through these two ladders side by side so you can make a choice on what is better for you. Let's start with the Little Giant King Combo. So this is a type 1 AA ladder. That means it has a 375 pound weight capacity. It's a 6-foot ladder that can be leaned against a wall, a stud in a wall, or even an outside corner on a wall. Pretty crazy. It achieves that by doing a couple things. So let's first open it up. You have these buttons here on the side. So there's one here, there's also one on this side. You have to depress both buttons, push it, and you can hear it click there. And now you've got a step ladder, 6-foot step ladder. It's got a narrower base. You'll notice that with both of these ladders. This particular ladder, the Little Giant, if you look here, it's got a rubber plate, a rubber bumper here to grip against the wall if you were to just lean the ladder against the wall. But if you press these little buttons here, these spring-loaded buttons, they're kind of hard to reach, to be honest with you. You can flip this around, and now if this wouldn't be, if I folded this back up, I can lean this against an outside corner or even an inside corner, and it's supposedly safe according to OSHA. I have had these little buttons here, these little orange buttons with the springs in them, pop off. Well, like that. Crap. Anyway, I found the pieces. I'll put this back together. Just a warning, it's happened to me more than one time. I think there's got to be a better way to design this, but nonetheless, I didn't do that on purpose. It's literally happened to me more than one time. One time I spent like 15 minutes looking for just this little orange thing. But anyway, we'll set that back here. I'll take care of that later. I want to show you how this operates overall. Now, in order for me to extend it all the way up so then it is an extension ladder, I have to depress the buttons again. I have to open it. And now it's locked and I've got an extension ladder. As you can see on the end of this here, see if we can try to get this down, you've got this bracket here for an outside corner or even a stud on a wall. This is like a neoprene style rubber, heavy duty rubber kind of bracket or coating here, and then these unique feet have this back part here, kind of rubberized plastic to lean against the wall for gripping. All right, that is roughly 10 feet. It's like 9 foot 11 inches from tip to toe there. In order to this, I think the Little Giant's a little goofy on how it folds up. I'm going to show you that. We're going to press both buttons. It's going to go down, but then it locks in that position, and then you have to press them again to get it closed. It is locked in this position always at these two buttons here. So that's the Lean Safe, or I'm sorry, the King Combo by Little Giant. I want to show you just a couple things that, or one more thing that I'm not really super impressed with on this ladder. They've got this ground cue, and it's a spring-loaded round aluminum pipe, let's say, on the bottom rung here. And when you stand on that, it makes an audible clicking noise, and that's to tell you that you're on the bottom step. Now, I just cleaned this out because a couple pieces of dirt and rocks got stuck in there from the job site, which is obviously likely to happen on the rungs of your aluminum steps on your ladder, and that stopped clicking. To me, it's gimmicky. I've never had a ladder that had that feature before. When I first stood on it, I wasn't aware that it was gonna click, and then I never quite got used to it, and honestly, first or second day, it stopped clicking on me. kind of gimmicky in my opinion. But the facts are this: it's 375-pound weight rating on a fiberglass and aluminum step ladder. You can lean it against the wall in this position. You can open it up and lean it against the wall. So it's a versatile ladder. There's no doubt about that. And you know, check them out, Little Giant King Combo. Now let's move on to the Lean Safe by Werner. Now this ladder, admittedly, I've used a lot more than the King Combo that I've had for over a year. I've only had this for a few months. I was impressed quickly by a few different features that this ladder has that the King Combo doesn't. Let's talk about those. So again, 375-pound weight rating, type 1 AA ladder, same as King Combo. You've got a slightly larger top on this ladder, and you don't have that funky spring-loaded flipping little bracket on the top here. Here is how this ladder operates. Let me move the King Combo out of the way. Here's how you operate the Werner ladder. See these two levers here? You literally just grab it with one hand and open it up. No, that's it. Now in order to open it fully, grab the two levers, depress them, and fold it open. Now, one thing that the King Combo has over the Werner is a couple more inches reach. I'm not sure exactly how much difference that's ever going to make, because you're literally talking like 9'9", 9'10", 11, somewhere around there, full reach, and this is 9'7". Not a huge difference, same weight rating, same overall usability of the ladder. Now, this does not have that added bracket on the end. It does have unique feet that are angled here, non-marring, but it doesn't have the bigger, bulkier feet that the King Combo has. If you look at it, you'll see that all of the supports are aluminum. The steps, the rungs, are aluminum, just as the Little Giant is as well. Werner has a slightly beefier foot on the base of the step side of the ladder. I don't know if that's any stronger. It's just noticeably bulkier as far as build molding in the plastic goes. Now to drop this down or to fold it back up, it's very simple, and there's no second step to it like you see with the Little Giant. So just literally grab the two levers, go all the way down, and you're locked in the locked position. This ladder can be leaned against the wall, hence the name Lean Safe. It can lean into a corner and on an outside corner as well. If you look at the top, that's where you've got the non-marking pads here. This is actually magnetic too, so there's a zip screw left over from a job, and magnetic. This side is not magnetic. You've got a utility hole in the top here, screwdriver slots. You've got the same thing in the Little Giant. But pound for pound, they weigh nearly the same as far as I can tell just by lifting them. One does not seem heavier than the other. I haven't put them on a scale. I'm not interested in that. I don't see much of a difference whatsoever. One thing I would say about the Werner, like I said, I use it more. I don't like that gimmicky tray thing that you have to flip around depending on how you're using the ladder. I do not like that clicky step thing that only works part of the time. I do prefer this mechanism here for opening and closing the ladder versus the buttons on the side of the King Combo. Again, these are my preferences. You might find that you like this better than that. Take a look at them both on their websites. I don't want to be the final say. I just want to tell you, based off my experience, that I believe the Werner ladder is a little easier to use. Other than that, one thing I want to bring up, and it's not significant to either one of these ladders in particular, but significant to this style ladder. It is narrow. The base of the ladder is narrower than you're probably used to with a standard step ladder. And for that reason, because they've got these narrow supports for the extension, these can fit between stud walls, okay? That's why they're so narrow here. They can fit in a rough-in stud wall, getting you closer to the wall, which is important. If you've ever worked off a step ladder for extended periods of time on rough construction, that is nice. But because of that feature alone, these ladders can tip easier. I think it's really important to bring that up. I have gotten myself into situations where I'm probably reaching just a little too far. I know you're not supposed to reach while you're working off a step ladder. However, everybody's done it. And in this case, it's a little narrower footprint, dispersing or carrying the load on the floor, and these ladders can be tippier. However, that said, if you know the limitations of the ladder and you do see the value in having both a short extension ladder and a step ladder all in one, I'd highly recommend taking a look at them. Like I said, check out their websites, get the specs from them. I don't want to be the final say, I just want to tell you what I think from my experience. Hope this helps.